welcome to Pilates. I'm Myra, thanks for joining me. Today we have a Pilates and Stretch class for you, and it'll be a little more focused on lengthening with a little more time to rest in between our exercises, so I hope you enjoy it. We'll get started seated, whatever feels comfortable, and as usual, we'll strengthen our stomach, pressing our belly button into our spine, and then come into our Pilates breath to start to focus our mind. Inhale through the nose as your ribs open, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, ribs opening. Exhale, ribs close, and feel that belly button pressing in. And breathing in. And breathing out. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, arms lifting. And exhale, let them circle forward. Inhale, lift, lengthening the spine, but keeping the shoulders down. And exhale forward. Good. Reverse that circle. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, circle them back. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine and lift the chest, just coming into a seated cat-cow. And exhale, press the belly in and curve the spine. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And exhale, curve. One more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and then just roll it onto your hands and knees. And continuing with our cat-cows here. Inhale, arching the back, lifting the chest. And exhale as you curve the spine, really press the belly button in towards the back, feeling that low belly connection. Inhale to arch. And exhale, curve. Belly pressing in. And again, inhale. And exhale. Good, and then find a nice flat back, keeping the waist strong and tight, feeling the belly pressing in from the sides, from the front. And then glue your knees together. And then as you inhale, lift one leg back behind you. And then exhale, knee towards nose. Again, curving the spine and feeling the low belly scooping in. Inhale, lengthen. Try not to arch the back here as we lengthen out. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. And exhale, curve. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and lower that knee down. And moving into the other side. Tighten the abs before you lift that leg. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, taking it back behind us. And exhale, curving the spine, pressing the belly in. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, belly in. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Good, gently lower it down. And again, take the knees back to hip width. Then inhale, one arm opening the chest. And then exhale, scoop that hand underneath you. And we're gonna hover the shoulder. Inhale to open and twist. And exhale, scoop the arm under. And again, hover the shoulder. Inhale, open. And this time, once you scoop the arm under, you'll let the shoulder rest down on the floor. Finding a little spinal twist here. Resting your ear down. And then feel that belly still pressing in, keeping it nice and strong. Good. On your next breath, come back up to hands and knees. And again, strengthen the abs before we start, feeling the waist press in from the sides and from the front. Other arm, lifting, opening the chest, just a gentle twist. Moving nice and slow as we're warming up the spine. Inhale, open. And exhale, scoop it under. And inhale. And this time as we exhale down, go ahead and let the shoulder rest. And keeping the waist tight. Every inhale, feel the ribs opening. Good, and then on your next breath, go ahead and find your way back to your hands and knees. And looking towards one hip behind you, feeling a stretch in your side body, and go ahead and scoop it over to the other side. But all our concentration here in the low abs. So even doing a simple warm-up exercise like this, we're still working our abdominals. Good, coming to center, and then tuck the toes and go ahead and lift the hips to downward facing dog. Take a moment to walk out the feet, pressing one heel down and then the other. And then inhale to lift both heels up, and exhale to press them down towards the floor. And again, inhale, heels lifting, and exhale, heels lowering. Two more, inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Good, and then go ahead and take one leg up towards the sky. You can keep it long or bend it, and then let's all bend our leg and take some nice circles with that knee. Keep your breath going and keep the belly pressing into the spine. Good, go ahead and reverse that circle, circling your knee the other way, opening up that hip. Good, and then again, you can keep that knee bent or go ahead and lengthen it out. Hold for another breath. And then lower it back down to the mat. Let's inhale to lift the heels and exhale to lower and move on to the other side. Lifting it up, bent or straight. And then we'll all bend the knee and find some big circles. Keep the breath going. And then reverse your circle other direction. Good, and then pausing with your bent leg or straight leg and lowering it down. Good, and then we'll come into plank or go ahead and rest your knees down for your plank and find a straight body and lift those knees up, and we'll hold for 3 breaths. One more breath. And once again, lift the hips to downward dog. And then let's rest in child's pose, lowering the knees down. Knees together. Hips resting to the heels, and then to give those shoulders a break, reaching our arms down by our sides. And in this resting position, we're still focusing on our low abs, so every exhale, feel the belly tighten into the spine. And then go ahead and change our resting position into wide knees and walk the hands out away from us. Now lengthening the spine out here, trying to keep your hips pressing down to your heels. And keep that breath going. Okay, and then when you're ready, go ahead and meet in downward dog again. And then when we get there, just take one breath. And then walk the feet up to meet the hands. Dangling over the legs. And then sit the hips down to the floor. And then we'll go ahead and roll our way down to our backs, getting there with some control, lowering ourselves down. Good, hands by our side. Find a nice long spine here, pressing the shoulder blades down the back. Plant the feet so they're comfortable. Engage the abs, pressing the belly into the spine strongly. Just come into an easy knee bend, so lifting one knee off the floor and lowering it down. And lifting the other knee up and lowering it down. Now before we continue, I want you to imagine there's a hot cup of tea or coffee resting right on your pelvis here, and you want to make sure that it's not going to topple over when we move those knees. So keeping that hot cup of coffee nice and still, lifting your knee and lowering. Maybe take your hands and rest them there. And as you lift your knee, find no movement in those low abs and lower. Inhale to lift, keeping the belly still, and lower. And lift. And lower. Good, hands behind your head. And adding a chest lift as we lift that knee, but again, still thinking no movement in those low abs. And lifting one knee and your head and chest. And lowering down. And exhale, lifting. And inhale, lowering. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Then taking the knees to tabletop. Let's also take our hands back down by our side. Again, pressing that belly into the spine to connect the abs. And a toe taps a single leg down, tapping the toe, and exhale to lift. Inhale, lowering the other leg, and exhale to lift. And again, before we move on, just pause right there. Imagine your teacup balancing there on your low abs, keeping it still, and one leg lowering, and exhale to lift. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. One more each side. Inhale, lowering, and exhale, lift. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Hands again behind your head. We're going to add a little twist in the body as we switch our knees out. So go ahead and lower one knee and find a twist towards your upper knee. And then as we slowly switch the legs, we also change the twist in our body. We're inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest your knees into your chest. Take 2 deep breaths. And then take your arms out to a T and legs back to tabletop or that 90-degree angle. And again, pressing that belly into the spine to engage the low abs. And lowering our knees towards one side as we inhale. And then we exhale to scoop the belly in and lift them back to center. And inhale, lowering towards the other side. And exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Good. Hands behind our head. Take an inhale breath here. And exhale, lift the head and chest up off the mat. And coming back into toe taps, double leg together. So legs glued together as we lower the legs down, tapping the toes, and exhale to lift. Inhale, lowering, and exhale, lifting. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, lower the feet to the mat and let the head rest down. Reaching the arms up above the ears. We'll come into some bent leg roll-ups. So inhale to lengthen the spine, engage those abs. And exhale, let the arms float up to the sky, and then slowly rolling yourself up. Inhale, reaching the arms above the ears. And exhale, curving the body, engaging those abs and rolling it down. Inhale, arms reaching. And exhale, rolling up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, roll it down. Inhale, arms by the ears, and exhale, rolling up. Good, staying up here, go ahead and lengthen out the legs, and we'll come into our spinal stretch. So inhale, lengthen a little more, and then exhale, folding it forward. And then we'll inhale to circle the arms behind us. And up to the sky, finding that nice long spine. And exhale, fold it forward. And inhale, arms circle and lift. Exhale to bend. Pressing that belly back, reaching those fingers forward. Once more, inhale to lengthen and reach. And exhale to fold. Good, hold it here for an inhale. And then exhale, let's roll it down with our straight legs. One vertebrae at a time, rolling to the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms and continuing with straight leg roll-ups. Option, you can always bend your knees back where they were. Rolling it up and reaching it forward. And exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, roll up. Inhale, reaching forward. And exhale, rolling down. Trying to keep that belly tight as we lower ourselves with control. And once more, inhale. And exhale, roll up. Good, let the hands reach towards the mat and we'll hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Still keeping that belly pressing behind us. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to hold and exhale to roll down. Good, and then go ahead and plant your feet. We're going to come into our Abdominal 5 series. So going through the 5 exercises: single leg stretch, double leg stretch, scissors, leg lifts and lowers, and our twists. So starting with single leg stretch, one knee into the chest and the other leg out, lifting the head and chest up. And we'll do exhale, exhale, inhale, switch the legs. Exhale, exhale, inhale, switch the legs. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Focus eyes at thigh level or down at the belly. Exhale, exhale, inhale. And again, we're trying to keep that low belly from moving at all while we go through our single leg stretch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, switch the legs out one more time and hold that knee into your chest and let yourself rest it down and finding a little stretch here. Inhale and exhale, pull that knee in. One more breath. And then just switch out the legs, finding our stretch on the other side. Take those deep Pilates breaths. Our exhale from the back of our throat, like if there was a mirror held in front of our mouth. On our exhale, we would fog up the mirror. Good, and now continuing on, we'll come into double leg stretch, so both knees into the body and lifting the head and chest up. And then we inhale, we'll open the arms and legs away from us, and we'll exhale to gather them together. Inhale, open, and exhale, gather. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Once more. Inhale. Good, let the head rest down. Then plant one foot on the floor and then go ahead and straighten out the other leg. Flexing the foot and maybe grabbing behind the thigh to gently pull that straight leg in. Or if your leg is bent, just take your time trying to extend the back of the knee as much as you can. Or if you're a little more flexible, maybe grabbing behind the ankle or grabbing the toes. Giving a gentle pull here. Make sure that you don't let your hips rise off the floor, keeping your tailbone glued down. One more breath. And switching out the legs. So trying to extend that leg as straight as can be and then finding your stretch. Both hips glued to the floor. Keeping our breath moving through our rib cage. Inhale, ribs open. Exhale, ribs knit together. As we breathe, our belly stays tight and strong. Last breath here. And moving on to scissors. Leg straight to the sky, as straight as can be. Other leg hovering. Lift the head and chest and grabbing behind the leg. We'll do exhale, exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Focus on controlling that low belly. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, switch the legs one more time and coming into our stretch here. Lowering that bottom leg down. If that's too much, you can go back into what we were doing before with the foot planted. Holding here for 3 breaths. This time pointing our top foot, stretching that foot. Once you're done with your 3 breaths, go ahead and switch out the legs. Finding your stretch on the other side. Good, and then coming into our leg lifts and lowers, so legs to the sky. Hands behind the head or tuck them under your hips for a little more ease. Head can stay resting down, or you can go ahead and lift your head and chest for a little more challenge. So inhale to lower the legs towards the floor. Only as far as we go with control in our abs, and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. If you feel your back arching or you feel your abs pressing up, then start lifting the legs back. Inhale, lowering. And exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and resting the head down. Keeping the legs to the sky. And bending the legs and then opening into a butterfly position. So big toes are together, knees are wide. And then moving on from there, letting those knees open out to the sides. Maybe give a gentle press on the inner thighs. closing those knees together. And now we'll come into our twists, so hands behind the head, and similar to what we did before with our bent leg switching, but this time our bottom leg is extended. So lifting the head and chest and twisting towards that top knee. Inhale, switch, and exhale, twist. Inhale, and exhale. Think your rib is trying to reach your knee. Inhale, exhale, trying to keep our elbows wide open as we twist. Inhale and exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, taking the legs back up to the sky and bending them in, opening up to that butterfly, and then letting the knees open away from each other. Staying there, or go ahead and stretch the legs straight. And again, maybe a gentle press on the inner thighs. Good, and taking our hands behind our head and slowly closing the legs. And we're trying to reach the backs of our heels towards each other to work those inner thighs. So we close for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, our legs are turned out, knees pointing out away from you. And go ahead and flex the feet. And then we just do a small open and close, open and close. 3, 4, press that belly down. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, bend the knees in and back into that butterfly position. So big toes are together, knees are open. Take an inhale and exhale, lift the head and chest. And inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Hold your head down to the ground. And now we're lowering the legs. So we inhale, lower. Maybe the toes tap the floor, maybe they don't. And then we exhale, lift. Inhale, lowering down. And exhale, lift. And inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. One more, inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. And letting those legs extend long, or you can keep them bent. And again, trying to get the backs of the heels reaching towards each other as we close the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the feet, and we open, close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, rest those knees into the chest. And then roll over to one side. We'll continue with a little bit of inner thigh work here. So resting your head down on your arm, and then bending that top knee in, or you can plant your foot on the floor, whatever feels good. You can grab the ankle and open the knee. So just flexing that bottom leg, and we lift up and down, and lift and lower. 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, maybe propping your head up in your hand, and again, lift that leg as high as it can go and find small circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 8 lifts to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good, and then find yourself in a nice straight body. Again, lowering that head down, and we're just going to keep the legs glued together as we lift our lower body off the floor. So we lift up and we lower down. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. And lift and lower. Keep the belly pressing in, lifting and lowering. 4 more. Up and down and up and down. 2 and 1. Good, and then press yourself up and bend those legs in. And then go ahead and switch your legs to the other side. And then that side oblique that we just worked, giving that a nice little stretch. Trying to keep the chest open and broad here instead of closing it down, keeping the spine straight and long. Good, and then come on up. And we're ready to lay down onto the other side. Resting the head and the arm. You can always prop it up if that feels better, maybe bending the leg or planting the foot. Working our bottom leg, flex the foot and lift for 8, 7, 6. Check in with those abs. 5. Are they still strong and connected? 3, 2, and 1. Good, maybe lifting the head up and lift that foot and circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 8 lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, and finding our body in a nice straight line here, resting our head down, legs glued together, and we lift our upper body up and down and lift and lower, keeping the belly nice and strong. And 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bending the legs and pressing yourself up. Switching the legs to the other side. And then stretching it towards your feet. Keep your breath going. One more breath. And then come on up. And then rotate yourself into plank. So again, tighten the abs, squeezing the glutes, pressing the floor away strongly. And lower yourself slowly, elbows grazing the ribs, all the way to the ground. Good, and then take the legs as wide as the mat or wider, or if your back is feeling great, your legs can always stay glued together. So resting the forehead in the hands. And we'll inhale to lift the upper body off of the floor. And we'll exhale to lower. Keeping the belly nice and strong. And again, inhale to lift the upper body. And exhale to lower. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good, and then taking our arms down by our sides, forehead resting on the mat. And inhale, lifting again the upper body. And exhale, lower. Keep the legs nice and strong here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Good, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. This time, we're just going to lift our upper body slightly off the mat. So our face is pretty close to the floor. And then lift your arms up to the sky as high as they can go and in towards each other. So pinky to pinky fingers reaching towards each other. And then lift the backs of your hands to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then turn so the palms are up and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. And turn the hands and lift for 2, 1. And turn, 2, 1. And turn, lift and turn, lift and turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest it down. And again, stacking the hands and resting the forehead in the hands. We'll move on to lifting just our lower body. So make sure the belly is really tight before we start. Try to lift your belly button off of the mat. Inhale, legs lift. And exhale, lower. And again, inhale to lift the legs. And exhale to lower. Inhale, legs lift. And exhale, lower. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then lifting just one leg. We lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then bend the leg. The knee is open here. And their toe is pointed. And we lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And straighten out that leg and move to the other side. Leg lifts straight off the floor for 8, 7. Again, squeeze the belly. Try to lift your belly button off the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure that knee is open slightly to the side and bend the leg. And lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, straighten the leg out and reaching the arms again down by our sides and repeating what we did before. So just a slight lift of the chest, backs of the hands to the sky, squeezing in and up. And we lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. And turn. 2, 1. Turn. 2, 1. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. And one more time, lifting again our upper body just slightly off the mat, reaching the arms up, and we're just going to turn the palms. Turn and turn. Palms down, palms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and relax. We'll find our way into child's pose, however you want to get there. Giving our spine a nice stretch here. We'll hold for about 3 to 5 breaths. Still inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Good. Come on up. Make your way into a seated position again with the legs straight out in front. We're going to come into saw. So feet are mat width, feet are flexed, opening the arms, and we inhale to twist to one side, and then we exhale to reach it forward, and we're going to open that chest. Inhale, twisting towards the other side, and exhale. Inhale, twist, and exhale, open, looking towards the back hand, and inhale, twist, and exhale, open. Good, now we'll switch it up. So we inhale, twist, and we exhale, curving the spine and reaching it forward, looking towards that front hand. Inhale to twist, and exhale to stretch. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good, come on up, reach those arms in front of us, take a nice breath in, and exhale to roll it down. Good, and then rolling onto one side. Lining up our shoulders and our hips, and then our feet to that front corner of the mat. I'm just going to come into some large leg circles here, so grand rond de jambe. Release that top leg and stretch the foot. Then inhale to sweep it forward, and exhale, circling it back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Sweep the leg forward, and we'll reverse our circle. Back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last circle. Good, line up those feet, and just a large leg lift, lifting up and down. Keep those hips stacked as you lift that top leg. Don't let the hip roll back as you lift. And up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Roll onto the stomach, and again stack your forehead in your stacked hands. Knees as wide as the mat or wider, and then kiss those big toes together. Engage the abs strongly, and then lift your knees off the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, you can go ahead and just roll to your other side or flip it around, lining up our shoulders and our hips in one line and those feet out to the front of our mat. Engage the abs before we start. Release that top leg and our large circles around. 2, 3, and 4. Sweep the leg forward and circling it back. Try to keep this working leg as straight as you can. 2, 3, 4. Good, and then stack the feet and our large leg lift up and down. Check in with those hips. Sometimes it helps to actually place your hand on what you're thinking about as a physical reminder. And 4. And lift for 5. And 6. 7. And 8. Good, rotate onto your stomach again. Similar exercises before, knees are wide, but this time we'll glue our heels together and toes are open. Relax the head down and really engage those abs. And we lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And once again, we'll press into child's pose to stretch out the spine after that work there. And then find plank, and we'll hold plank for 3 breaths. Feeling the belly pressing into the spine. The backs of the shoulders are lifting up towards the ceiling. Good, and then open into a side plank and hold for 3 breaths. Again, trying to keep the hips stacked here. I have a tendency to open that top hip too much. Switch to the other side. And 3 breaths. Good, when you're done with your 3 breaths, make your way out of that. And then we'll sit down into a butterfly. So bottoms of our feet glued together, grabbing the ankles, and then go ahead and lift the chest. And then exhale, curve the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. We'll fold it forward, so if you want to maybe make it wider, whatever feels comfortable for you, go ahead and fold forward, and we'll hold for a few breaths here. Still keeping our bellies tight and strong, still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then go ahead and roll that up. And then straighten the legs out away from you. They can be closer together, they can be really wide, whatever feels comfortable. And reaching the arms out to the side, inhaling here. One arm up, one arm down, and taking another side stretch, keeping both hips pressed towards the floor. And again, don't let that your chest collapse open. Keeping it open and wide. Like if there's a mirror right in front of you, you can see this whole front of your body. And then press that shoulder down so you have lots of empty space around your head. Good, come on up to center. See if you can pull yourself up without using your hand pressing on the floor. Switching the arms, give yourself a lengthening in the spine before you stretch out to the side. And keeping this hip pressing down towards the mat. Visualize that mirror in front of you, and now see if your shoulders are hiking up towards the ears. Feel that empty space around the head. And then come on up, try to use your obliques to pull yourself up. And then walking those hands forward. Let's let the feet relax and the legs relax. Walk it out wherever feels good for you. Again, finding your breath. One more deep breath here. And then walking it back in. Good, give those legs a little shake to close them together. And then making our way into plank. Once you're in plank, lift your hips. Use your abs to lift your hips to downward dog. And then go ahead and step 1 foot forward into a lunge. See if you can reach it forward in between your hands. So we'll stretch here with our back leg completely straight, one hand on either side of the foot. Pressing the hips towards the floor without bending the back leg. See if you can find some length in your spine. From the top of your head to your heel, trying to make that straight as possible. Now we can gently lower that knee down. And again, trying to press those hips towards the floor. And then rock your hips back. Hips are going to be stacked right on top of the knee in a straight line. And our front leg is right in front of us, in line with our head and our nose, not open to one side or the other. Rocking back into your lunge, and then we're just going to step back to plank and downward dog. And stepping forward with your other foot. First stretching in our lunge with our back knee lifted and our leg as straight as we can be. Trying to make a straight, long line from the top of our head to the back of our heel. And then gently lowering that knee, pressing our hips down, trying to keep that lengthening spine feeling. Don't let yourself collapse and hunch forward. And rock the hips back to stretch out that front leg. pressing back into our lunge and stepping to plank. We'll do one slow tricep push-up, lowering down, bending the arms, and pressing it up. And downward dog. And then walk the hands to meet the feet. Take a nice inhale breath. And exhale, scoop the belly in and roll it up. Inhale to lift the arms. And exhale, lower the arms by your side and step to the center of your mat. Placing your hands on your waist. And then lifting that top knee up. Reaching the hands in front of the thighs and, in front of the shin. Clasping the hands. And then stretch the ankle, rolling out the foot. Help yourself to balance by focusing on one point out in front of you. Good, and give that knee a gentle pull. And slowly release it down. Hands to the waist, lifting up the other knee. Clasping the hands. This time put your other thumb on top. And then stretch out that ankle, rolling the foot. Focusing the eyes on one point, and then pull the knee in towards the chest, and let it come down. Good, inhale to lift the arms, and exhale, let your fingertips lead the way, press that belly in, rolling down over our feet. Inhaling here. And exhale, scoop the belly, and we'll roll up to finish. Stack those ears all the way over the shoulders right over the hips, and the hips over the heels. We have a nice stacked posture, and we're ready for our day. Okay, I hope you enjoyed class today, a little